This election made possible by a generous grant from the Medaling Arthur Daniel Foundation, funding all candidates. MAD, we're supermarket to court. And Northup, we make things disappear like your tax dollars.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bernard Shaw. Tonight, we'd like to welcome you to the last in our series of presidential debates, where you will hear the various candidates spew forth on the issues. And then you will struggle in vain to find a reason to vote for either one of them.
And I'm Tabitha Boren, the political correspondent for MTV. Now, just because I work for MTV and have an adorable wardrobe from The Gap does not mean that I am not a legitimate journalist, because I definitely am. So let's bring on our first candidate right now. He's a former Senate Majority Leader and favorite son of Russell, Kansas. Please welcome Bob Dole.
Now, how many people out there, with your applause, think Bob Dole's too old to be president? All right. All right. I got a prepared statement. Tabitha, I went on MTV. Now, when I'm hanging with my homies in the Senate, I can chill no matter how bad the president is dissing me. Turn page. And my programs. So, we were behind, we're still a little behind, but that's all right because we got a great team. We need to throw the Hail Mary pass, and I got a great guy on my team. Please welcome General Colin Powell. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I am proud to be here to support my good friend,
Bob Dole.
Bob Dole. And I, just want to say that some people have seen my speech from the Republican convention.
Right.
I think it's very clear to you who's running for president in the year 2000. The only question remains, will I run as a Democrat, Republican, or military dictator? Now, some have asked me, how can I get to know the man, Colin Powell, better? Well, aside from buying my book, which is in paperback, I want to let you know Hollywood is talking about making a feature film on my life story. They're throwing out names like James Earl Jones, Denzel Washington, Wesley Snipes to play the role. But I demand an actor with the same black experience in America that I've had. What about Robert Redford? He'd be an excellent selection. He'd be great.
General Powell, I'd like to ask you one more time.
Please, Senator, for the last time, I will not be your running mate for vice president, and please stop calling me at home.
All right.
Thank you very much.
For Colin Powell. Come on. Give it up for him. Yeah. Maybe I'll make him my Secretary of Ambiguity. How about that?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, debating the Senate tonight, from the Democratic Party, President William Jefferson Clinton.
How are you? Thank you. How are you? Good to see you, man. Thank you. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Tabitha. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you all. All right. First off, I'd like to thank Bob Dole Gingrich for his years of public service and for running against me. I was worried about this campaign, but since he got the nomination, frankly, I've been coasting. But personally, my fellow Americans, I really like Bob Dole. I was actually happy for him when Ross Perot qualified for the ballot in all 50 states, because that way he can say, hey, I beat somebody. My fellow Americans, 4 years ago, I asked you to trust me, and you did. And now I have a record. Filegate, Hillarygate, Paulagate. Hell, I'm still 20 points ahead. I'm going to win, and I didn't even have to hire Johnny Cochran. But my fellow Americans, I have signed substantive legislation, welfare reform, tax reform. We've balanced the budget. We've eliminated most of the deficit and all the other ideas I stole from the Republicans. But in the next 4 years, I want to build a bridge to the 21st century. And you can rest assured that when I cross that bridge with Ted Kennedy, I'll be doing the driving. Thank you.
You'll notice tonight that each of the candidates have their own individual style. Bob Dole will be reading from a prepared text while being bolted to the podium. Bill Clinton, on the other hand, favors a more free-roaming approach. Our first question is for Senator Dole. Senator Dole, how do you plan to battle crime?
Well, we got to stop violent crime. Government isn't doing the job, so I say let's privatize the death penalty. Let's give it to General Motors. You can cram 8 to 10 of those criminals in the back of one of those Chevy pickup trucks with exploding gas tanks. Now that's efficiency for you, yeah.
President Clinton, this next question goes to you. The issue of your character has been raised. What's your response?
Well, I'm sick and tired of having my name dragged through the mud. I can do that myself, but what really hurts me is the slings and arrows against Hillary and Whitewater. I'm going to stand behind Hillary each and every day, and when the time comes, I will visit her each and every day.
I'd like a rebuttal. Now we know about Bill Clinton's character. We know about Bob Dole's character because I'm the one with character and stability. I was born in Russell, Kansas. I know what it's like to feel pain, unlike him. And as for character, he doesn't have any character. In fact, William Safire called him a congenital liar because he's been lying about where he's kept his congenitals through his entire marriage.
Senator Dole, the next question for you. Can you please explain your foreign policy?
I believe we got problems with our foreign policy. He's assigned more people around the world. He's the fastest one to jumpstart our troops, parachute them into all those places, whatever. And I believe that America's got to be strong. We got to stand up to people like Boutros Ghali. We got to get the U.S. out of the UN. We can have a more effective fighting force. I say let's replace our boys with a bunch of disgruntled postal workers. Now that'll do the job.
I remind Senator Dole that for the first time in a generation, there are no Russian missiles aimed at our children. That's because of the treaty I signed with Russia. They're now aimed at Republican congressional districts.
President Clinton, how will your administration handle the deficit?
Well, that's a good question. I think that we can lower the deficit. Seriously, we can lower it with a series of sin taxes. That's right. Not just on alcohol and tobacco, but if we put sin taxes on condoms, leather underwear, the Victoria's Secret catalog, and the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, the money we get in from the Kennedy family alone will pay for it for all. Thank you.
As you know, Bill Clinton passed the biggest tax increase in the history of the world, with income tax, payroll tax, gas tax, everything else, whatever. Every time you earn $1, you owe Bill Clinton $1.50. Bob Dole's going to cut your taxes and shrink the government. We're going to get rid of the Department of Education, the IRS, and the EPA. In fact, he doesn't know it yet, but by the end of my first term, even Jack Kemp will be out of a job. It'll just be me. I'm the whole government, Bob Dole. And if you want something, you're on your own.
Senator Dole, what is your plan for health care?
Bob Dole's health care plan is simple. It consists of 3 words. Don't get sick. But under my health care plan, Ross Perot's psychiatric care will be covered. And I believe in welfare reform. I really do. We're going to cut off welfare for unwed mothers under the age 18 and cut off something else for unwed fathers under the age 18. Bob Dole believes in protecting our kids, too, from teenage pregnancy and all that kind of stuff. And that's why we're locking up Bob Packwood every night.
I'd like to respond. You know, the secret of health care really is keeping down Medicare costs. And I have an idea. I have a plan that will stop Medicare costs dead in its tracks. We're going to give the whole program to Dr. Jack Kevorkian. But I'm deeply touched in general. But I'm deeply...
Mr. President, while you've been in office, teenage drug use has gone up 200%. And that's just the White House. Now, when I'm in the White House, I'm going to work to get kids off illegal drugs and on to legal drugs like cigarettes and caffeine.
And finally, President Clinton, how will you conduct the military?
That's a very good question. And I'm glad you asked me that question. Next question.
I'd like to get back to this tobacco thing. All this flap about tobacco, I merely said it's not addictive as long as you follow the Clinton guidelines, don't inhale. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.